over Rangers and stop them from going unbeaten in a league campaign against their big rivals for the first time since the 1999-2000 season when Dick Advocaat was the Rangers manager. That's the last time Rangers completed an unbeaten campaign against Celtic. Of course, Rangers beating Celtic in the Scottish Cup as well, so it could be 5 unbeaten this season as Welsh rolls the ball back to Bay now. Rangers have barely got out of their own half yet. Aribo trying to charge down what was a slightly underhit back pass from John Joe Kenny to his centre-back colleague Welsh. And it will be a Rangers throw on this near side. Already Kennedy is issuing the instructions on the touchline. It might be meaningless in the scheme of titles, but in a lot of respects there's never a meaningless Old Firm game. Probably one game more than most where the absence of fans is really felt. Such a hostile atmosphere between the two. Years of history which any football fan knows is very deep, runs deep through Glasgow. Rangers have a free kick now, which is going to be taken just inside the centre circle. Chance for them to get the ball forward, try and cause some damage in the Celtic ranks. It's going to be Tavernier to take it, the man trusted with set-piece duties. Did recently have a spell injured out of the team. Tavernier stands it up into the box, but it's just gone beyond Connor Goldson, I should say. A man who's scored several goals from set pieces this season, Goldson. He is a real menace in the air. One of Gerrard's first signings for Rangers when he took over the job back in 2018. It was his first foray into management. He'd done some work with the Liverpool under-18 team, but what a big step it was from junior football to not just senior football, but senior football in a club like Rangers. Huge club, huge expectation, but they'd underachieved down the years. It was a recipe for a very difficult job, and in fairness, it's taken Gerrard some time to really stamp his mark on the club. A few disappointments in the last couple of seasons, but this year it's been a nearly flawless campaign. Here comes Greg Taylor running down the far side. He's got Kamara for company. Taylor's still going, but Kamara just brushes him off the ball, rolls it back to Goldson and clips it forward, looking for Roof just over his head, and it will be Ayer to gather the ball. At this level, it's a hell of a front three they've got. Rangers, Kemar Roof, Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos, who's still the main talisman. Tavernier now into Kent, touches it onto Aribo. Now Barisic has space, moves into the Celtic half now. He's been trapped there by Forrest. He's had a really injury-hit season for the boys. Barisic, now Kent, back to Barisic. Tries to play it forward into the path of Aribo. It's going to come to him quite fortuitously. He breaks into the box, needs the support from Kent. Kent takes it around the outside, delivers it into the box, and it's a hoisted clearance. Only goes vertically, and Rangers will get hold of the ball again with Barisic. Now Davis. Davis across to Kamara. Free kick awarded. It's taken quickly. Played into Aribo, who shoots. It blocks. It's blocked by Stephen Welsh, and it will go behind for a corner kick. All that stemming from a quickly taken free kick. It was good imagination from Rangers. And now they've got a corner kick to work with. Arm up in the air from Barisic. Swings it into the box, but it's headed over. And this time it's Simpson who gets there. The man who made the move from Bournemouth in January. Always regarded as a talented player on the South Coast, but he never really got a run of games for the Cherries. Gerrard, though, saw the potential. It was effectively a free transfer that Simpson went for. Another free kick for Rangers. Looks like there was a handball in the middle of the park. It's a chance in a very similar position to the one where Tavernier put the ball in long. It was up towards Goldson. And a bit too much pace was played on it. Again, just inside the centre circle. Tavernier with another high ball. This time it's met by a Rangers man and it is going to drop for Goldson. He rolls it back to Stephen Davis. Now Tavernier. Cross to Kamara. Kamara being pressed by Elyounoussi. And he gives it away. But Celtic can't capitalise and Rangers take it back straight away. Here is Barisic. Now Simpson. Back to Borna Barisic. Just a quick skip away from Forrest. Plays it to Davis in the midfield. Sitting deeper than any of the other Rangers midfielders. Played down the channel by Aribo. It's got too much on it and Bain will come out and gather. Early stages in this Old Firm clash where it's Rangers 0, Celtic 0, an even start by both teams. Celtic started the better of the two sides. They were getting men further forward, didn't really put Alan McGregor under any real strain. It's Rangers who've had the only real shot of the game so far. It was a quick free kick taken towards Morelos. He played it in for Joe Aribo in the box. His shot was blocked by Stephen Welsh. A bit cagey so far. Rangers just beginning to have a bit more possession. It's Rangers 0, Celtic 0. And just as I was talking then, Rangers flashed a ball across the box. And it couldn't quite be finished by Morelos on that far side. There is Simpson, good composure from him to take the ball away from Odsonne Edouard. Imagine the instruction from the Celtic interim boss John Kennedy to Edouard would be to try and get on Simpson. Try and take advantage of the fact that this is probably the biggest club game he's played in his career so far. Just have another look at the replay. Lovely 1-2 over on the far side, and it's a near pinpoint delivery, as you'd expect from James Tavernier. In fact, I think it may have been Kenny that got the block on rather than Morelos just fluffing his lines. Here's Brown. Rolls it back to Welsh. Celtic Academy product Stephen Welsh, who's recently signed a new long-term contract with the Hoops. In the hope that he'll establish himself as a first-team player. Taylor's making an overlap now, gets to the byline. Taylor puts it in, and there was no one gambling in the 6-yard box. And there should have been, because that was a terrific cross from Greg Taylor. Elyounoussi just delaying the ball to him. He wasn't tracked. Edouard stopped his run. Forrest couldn't get there in time. And a bit like the Tavernier cross, it was just whipped around the backpedaling defenders. Horrible to defend against. But a bit like the Rangers one. No shot at goal. Forrest back in the Celtic lineup today. It's been a dreadful season for him. He's spent most of it on the treatment table rather than out on the field. Turnbull. Now Brown. Here is Welsh. Cross to John Joe Kenny, just over the halfway line, the Everton loanee. Celtic retreat. It's with Scott Bain now. It's a poor clearance and it goes for a throw-in. 13 and a half minutes gone. Independent off-tube studio-based commentary from the Scottish Premiership, where it's Rangers 0, Celtic 0. Plenty more action coming up on this service today. 2 o'clock in the English Premier League. It's Newcastle against Arsenal. 4:30, Manchester United against Liverpool. And at 7:15, Tottenham play host to Sheffield United. So the first of 4 games available today. Lovely work from Christopher Ayer. He's motoring through the midfield now. He lays the ball off. Here is Turnbull, and now with Forrest, who's going to try and isolate Barisic. Forrest goes on his left, he shoots, and that takes a deflection off his own man. And then the toe poke back by Kamara. Almost a shot towards goal. He played that with far more power than he anticipated. Forrest cuts in on his left. It comes off the back of Turnbull. And then what was Kamara thinking as he tried to play it back there? He's lucky that it went off target. That would have been a very embarrassing moment. Corner to come in. Ended away by Goldson. Could there be a counter? Well, it can't be led by Kent because he's been dispossessed by McGregor. Here's Taylor now. Welsh. Back to Greg Taylor. McGregor looking to help out. Over to Elianusi. McGregor just having to fill in while Celtic get back into position. And rolls it back to Scott Bain. First Old Firm match of the season was at Celtic Park, where Rangers won by 2-0. But that was probably the day where Rangers well and truly stamped their authority. 2-0 scoreline, but they absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. Such an impressive performance, particularly given that it was away from home. Rangers have it back now. Here is Kent running into the centre circle. Such a tricky winger to mark. Got support from Barisic on the outside. Slows the pace down somewhat. Rolls it back now to Davis. Here is Kamara popping up on this near side. Barisic takes it in field. Uses Kamara. Forward now to Kent, who's running through the middle. Kent has Roof on the left. Roof takes it round the outside of Welsh. Roof crosses, looking for Morelos just on the edge of the 6-yard box, but Ayer gets there in the nick of time. Celtic can clear, and they've won a free kick just on the edge of the centre circle. Referee today, by the way, is Nick Walsh. It's Simpson who's been penalised, and he's been shown a yellow card as well for the challenge on Odsonne Edouard. Just a bit of a forearm smash into the side of Edouard's head. Bit clumsy. I don't think there was too much malice involved. It sent Edouard down, and it's picked up. Simpson. It's a fairly cheap booking early on in the game. Just 17 minutes gone. He's only in the lineup because Philip Helander is out injured. He won't take part in any games for the rest of the season. They're missing Leon Balogun. They haven't had Nikola Katic available all season because of injury. So Simpson is effectively the 5th choice centre-back, but he's been thrust into the lineup today. I hope to become more than the 5th choice in time to come. Do have injury problems at the moment, Rangers, and that's evidenced by the fact that they've only got 7 substitutes on the bench. Scottish Premiership clubs this season at least are allowed to have 9 on there, but Rangers can only name 7. Here's Simpson now, who's going to be chased whenever he has the ball. He plays it across to Barisic. Barisic forward looking for Roof, but can't find him. Interesting how Rangers are lining up with their front 3. It's almost as though Kent's the man playing through the middle. Morelos is on the right and Roof's on the left. And you imagine those 3 players can interchange at will. They've all got the ability to play wherever they want in the front line. Here is Aribo now, taking it forward. This is a great run from Joe Aribo. Aribo looks to cross it early, and he probably crossed it a bit too early. Just lacked that little bit of composure, and that's a shame because it was a great burst forward from the former Charlton man. Here comes Barisic now, gets it back heel to him from Roof. Barisic still going. He's able to get the ball in. He's looking for Morelos, and then on the volley comes Ryan Kent. But he sends it wide of the target. Good strong run that from Barisic. Header away wasn't too convincing from Taylor. It fell to Kent and he saw his name in lights. Couldn't get the effort on target, didn't have the requisite accuracy. Here is Brown. Kenny. Now McGregor. Rangers have had more of the ball so far than it seems. I've not seen the stats, but Rangers just seem to have settled into the game after the first 4 or 5 minutes where Celtic looked really lively. They could look lively again here because they're looking to make a move down this right-hand side. Forrest is in a crossing position. He's got Edouard for the short ball and he finds Odsonne Edouard. Simpson steps in and gets a crucial touch. It's played forward now by Kamara to Vernier. Vernier into the path of Roof. Now Kent. Aribo coming forward over the halfway line. Plenty of space for him to run into. He rolls it to this near side for Kent. Barisic is looking to overlap. Kent comes inside. Few step overs. Gets away from Brown. And again, nice drop of the shoulder. Aribo. Barisic is in space. Barisic can get the cross in. Headed towards goal. But the flag has gone up for a foul against Kemar Roof. I think he always knew that he was bringing down his man. It was the foul on Ayer. But that's just a shining example of the sheer skill that Ryan Kent's got. And if anything, I think Aribo may have got in his way as he took the ball off him and played it across to Barisic. Kent looked as though he wanted to line up a shooting opportunity. But it was nice football played by Rangers. Barisic towards Simpson, he just leaves it for Alan McGregor. The evergreen Alan McGregor, who's 39 years old now, but he's got another contract for Rangers to play there next season. Still feels as though he's fit and agile enough to really provide something for Rangers. He didn't start the season in between the sticks. John McLaughlin did after arriving from Sunderland, so he's worked his way back into the fold. Simpson. Now Goldson. Goldson plays it long. Much too long for Roof to be able to do anything with. Taylor. Through now to Turnbull. Turnbull looking to try and start an attack down the left-hand side, but it goes for a throw-in, which has gone Celtic's way. Here's Ayer. Forward by Bain. Chested down by Goldson. Aribo. He's dispossessed by Forrest. Celtic look to come forward. They've got 4 on the attack. Turnbull just needs to release the ball. He plays it square now for Taylor. Out wide to Elyounoussi. 1-on-1 against Tavernier. Elyounoussi gets it back onto his right foot. Back heels it now on for McGregor. McGregor tries to cross it. Just toe pokes it into the path of McGregor. His namesake grabs hold of the ball. Nice tempo to this game now. Kent coming forward. Kent is felled there. And that's going to be Celtic's first booking. Alan McGregor, the guilty man this time. Nice skill from Kent. Clips down the Rangers man. And there will be a free kick opportunity. Can they be a bit more inventive with it this time? Well, they're going to take it short instead. Simpson rolls it back in the direction of Goldson. Here's Kamara. Through now to Kent, who goes down. He feels as though he was fouled. Referee not interested in his protests. Rangers 0, Celtic 0, midway through the first half. There is a real nice flow and tempo to this game. We've not seen too many chances at goal. Rangers had an effort when Ryan Kent volleyed a left foot effort just wide of the target. It came following good skill from him. He linked up with Joe Aribo, who then played it across for Borna Barisic. The header from Greg Taylor wasn't convincing. It fell to Kent, but he lashed at the effort and it went wide. Celtic have had an opportunity as well. James Forrest bringing the ball in from the right hand side. He shot left footed, but it came off his own man and it went wide of the target. It's Rangers 0, Celtic 0. And just then, Celtic have launched an unbelievable effort from distance. It's smashed against the crossbar. They're coming forward again. It's played into the path of Edouard. It was Elyounoussi that had the strike. What an effort that was. And it was saved actually by McGregor. He just got fingertips to it and it was probably dipping in had he not. That is a phenomenal save from Alan McGregor. Will this just wake up Rangers now? Really spark them into life. Don't tend to produce huge numbers of goals, don't Old Firm games, because there's just that fear of losing, I suppose. Kent coming forward now. Nice burst from him. Drops now for Ryan Kent. Advantage is played. Aribo left side of the box. Kent shoots, and it's been deflected in. And Rangers have the lead. It's Roof with the goal. And they're well on their way to an unbeaten league season. The referee has got his yellow card in his hand, presumably for the foul in the build-up to it. It's a good adjustment by Roof. Kent with some nice skill. It's played across then to Aribo. Crosses it in. Kent shoots, and it just comes off Roof and ends up in the back of the net. Rangers have the advantage. Sliding challenge came in. I wonder if it was from McGregor, who's already been booked. Chested in by Roof. It was McGregor that made that foul. He may have been sent off in the aftermath of that goal. Rangers have taken the lead. It's 1-0 to the Gers, and they're well on their way to completing the unbeaten season that they so crave. It all came from a advantage played by the referee after Callum McGregor brought down at Glenn Kamara. He may have been sent off in the build-up to that because he was shown a yellow card just a few moments ago. It was taken on by Ryan Kent. It came to Joe Aribo left side of the box. He crossed it back into the area. Kent had a shot and then it came off Kemar Roof's chest to make it Rangers 1, Celtic 0. Can confirm that McGregor has been sent off. So it's a disaster for Celtic, who are now down to 10 men, as well as being a goal down. Difficult enough playing against a side who keep the ball as well as Rangers do, without being tasked with playing with a man fewer. Here is Brown now. Goes it across to the left-hand side. It's with Forrest. He and Elyounoussi appear to have just swapped for the time being. Edouard, been very quiet so far. Rolls it across to Elyounoussi. Kenny making the overlap. Kenny crosses. And McGregor had to be smart to that. It was a mishit cross that very nearly turned into a goal. Swung into the area. McGregor couldn't take any chances. I think it may have just been going over, but McGregor wasn't to know that. Corner comes in for Celtic, and they do have the equalising goal. Sloppy defending from Rangers, and it's Odsonne-Edouard who heads in from close range. Corner came in, it was flicked back on at the far post, and then there was Edouard to finish the easy chance. It couldn't be cleared off the line. Ayer knocking it back. And there was Edouard to make it Rangers 1, Celtic 1. They may have just conceded to go 1-0 down and may have been down to 10 men as well, but Celtic have got back into the game. It's one apiece, and it's a corner kick on the far side, headed back in by Christopher Ayer, and there was Odsonne-Edouard, quick as a flash to react, to head home from close range. Just to confirm, Callum McGregor was sent off for a second bookable offence in the midst of Rangers' first goal. It's Rangers 1, Celtic 1. Another chance for Rangers as they instantly look to try and break back. Good riposte from the home side. And the referee has got a job on his hands now to make sure that this game doesn't boil over. There's always that danger when it comes to Celtic Rangers games. Be extra careful now. Cross came to the back post. I don't think Roof could adjust in time. Rangers with a chance to come forward again. Here is Aribo. Takes it into the box, goes for the near post. And that's well saved by Bain. Celtic had men coming across. That means Aribo could get forward into plenty of space. Just took it round the outside of Kenny and forced Bain into the save, and has forced a corner kick as well. This game has exploded into life in the last 5 minutes. Barisic's ball in, headed towards goal by Goldson. Blocked on its way. Kent now finds Barisic again. Barisic crosses right-footed this time. Wasn't the worst of efforts. Welsh heads away. Comes now from Morelos, who shoots. And it's ended up in the back of the net. And Alfredo Morelos has got a goal against Celtic. He got his first in their last meeting, and he's broken his duck once again. Alfredo Morelos, who's had so many misfires against these opponents, Celtic, has got another goal, and what a goal it was as well. A left foot curler as Barisic put the ball in. It was headed away. It then came to Kamara. Morelos took it in between the legs of Scott Brown, and then finished fantastically into the top corner to make it Rangers 2, Celtic 1. Rangers are now back in front. This game has absolutely exploded into life, and it's another set piece that's caused the goal. It's a corner on the near side. It's blocked. It then comes back to Borna Barisic, who crosses it into the area. It's headed out to Glenn Kamara. He plays it forward to Alfredo Morelos on the right side of the box. He nutmegs his old foe, Scott Brown, and then with his left foot, curls it into the roof of the net to make it Rangers 2, Celtic 1. Three goals in 7 minutes at Ibrox. And now, Celtic are looking desperately to come forward to try and get back on level terms. Try and get back on parity. Turnbull with the cross, but it's too deep for Edouard. Tavernier will just allow that one to roll out into touch. And it's safe to say Alfredo Morelos now loves playing against Celtic. He didn't do so for a long time. Here's Davis. Now to Vernier. Kamara to Vernier. But Morelos and Roof ahead of him. Good work from Tavernier, linking up with Roof. Back now to Kamara. Rangers expertly working the ball into space. Aribo neglects the chance to have a shot. He plays it back to Kent instead. Now Barisic. Forward to Aribo. Trying to twist and turn on the edge of the Celtic box. Here is Kamara. Davis. Through to Kent. Morelos has a go. Another effort on target, this time straight into the gloves of Scott Bain. What a cracker this has turned into. Rangers 2, Celtic 1. 35 minutes gone. Rangers took the lead thanks to Kemar Roof chesting in and getting on the end of a shot by Ryan Kent. And in the aftermath of the goal, Callum McGregor was shown a second yellow card after being booked a few minutes earlier. Celtic responded really well, got an equaliser of their own thanks to Alton Edouard, but only 3 minutes after that, Alfredo Morelos with a left foot pile driver into the roof of the net. Rangers 2, Celtic 1 is the scoreline. Celtic have got a free kick over on the far side. It's Turnbull who's jogging across to go and take it. Just making sure that everyone is behaving in the wall as Turnbull sends the ball in. It's headed out. Elyounoussi trying to drive forward, but he's just met by a sea of blue shirts. Davis now forward. That's going to be a booking, surely. And the referee, I don't think he's going to book. I think it was Greg Taylor that brought down Kamara then as he was trying to burst forward on the counter. Pointing backwards at something, I'm not too sure what. Morelos really celebrated that goal with some real vigour. He's been on the receiving end of many taunts by Celtic fans down the years for his inability to score in this fixture, but that's a couple to his name now. Tavernier swings a ball in, but that's taken easily by Bain. Bowls the ball out now. Here is Christopher Ayer, who earlier on in the game he made several good runs forward from the back. He is very confident at carrying the ball despite his gangly looking frame. Here comes Kenny now, down this near side for Celtic. Still inside his own half. Reverses it back to Welsh. And now Bain. Here is Ayer. One touch from Taylor and down the line. Looking for Edouard. It's a really good touch from Hudson Edouard. He's challenged by Goldson. And it's going to roll all the way behind for a corner. And Rangers know all too well what danger Celtic can pose from these set pieces, despite the fact that they are down to 10 men. They scored with one fewer man on the field, so they've got to be extra switched on now with 7 minutes to go of the first half. Rangers 2, Celtic 1 is the scoreline. Turnbull with the corner. Dealt with better this time. And Rangers again could set themselves for the counter, but Kent just runs into traffic. It's good defending that from Taylor. And he's the furthest man forward. Plays it to Ayer. It all seems to have reversed round for Celtic now. Ayer still forward from the corner. He's just holding on to the ball. Eventually, Celtic will get this throw in just by the corner flag on this near flank. Good work there from both Taylor and Ayer. throw. Here is Elyounoussi. Turnbull now. Tries to put the cross in. Behind for another throw. He's had a good season, David Turnbull. Arriving from Motherwell, or a good second half of the season at least. He's begun to establish himself more as a first-choice Celtic player. It will be interesting to see if it is Eddie Howe who gets brought in as manager, who he decides to build this side around. They've got to replace Scott Brown in the summer. That will take some work. Here is Ajer sprinting forward now. Great ball from Ajer. Here is Forrest who shoots, and he drags it wide of the target. Well, he brought it in on his left foot, and I'm surprised he didn't go first time with his right. What a great piece of play that was from Ajer, just skipping through the Rangers midfield. And there was Forrest. It was almost as if he was caught in two minds. Took a slight deflection on its way, so Celtic will have a corner. Not the best by Turnbull. Cleared by Morelos, but he's going to get another go. Plenty of jostling going on in the box. Turnbull with a second opportunity. Goes deeper with the corner this time. And the referee has blown his whistle. He's seen something he didn't like in the area. As though it was Ajer and Simpson who were clashing. And the corner eventually comes in, headed downwards by Edouard, taken by McGregor. Wanted to bowl it out quickly, but decides the shorter option is safest. Here is a Rebo. Back with Connor Goldson now. Kamara, who was on the receiving end of some really unsavoury racist abuse against Slavia Prague in the Europa League, a match which unfortunately overshadowed what was a really good European campaign by Gerrard's side. Davis, Kamara, Tavernier, back to Kamara, just possession away. Edouard tries to come forward with it, but he carries it too far forward. Goldson will just sweep it across now for a Rebo. Comes to Barisic on this near side. Barisic into the path of Morelos. Again, those three attacking players for Rangers are just combining and switching with consummate ease and real breeziness, indicative of a confident side. Tavernier. Kamara, back to Tavernier. Taylor doing just enough to prevent a corner kick. Using his body strength well to get in the way of James Tavernier. Ajer. Here's Taylor. One ball forward now. He's going to drop for Edouard. It's suddenly 3-on-2. Edouard running at the Rangers defence. He's still going. And that's a really well-timed challenge by Tavernier on the stretch. And he sends the ball behind for a corner. Just a hopeful long punt stood up. It then fell for Edouard, who could run towards the Rangers defence. So it was Stephen Davis actually that made the challenge, not Tavernier. 36 years old now, the Northern Ireland international, but there's still life in the tank. Turnbull sends the corner in. It's punched away by McGregor. And the whistle goes, and it will be a free kick Rangers' way with 90 seconds or so of the first half remaining, plus however much added time is designated by the fourth official. It's been an ultra fiery game. An almost customary, if you like, Old Firm red card. One given in odd circumstances. McGregor being given his marching orders as Rangers were celebrating a goal. Here's Barisic now. Rebo. Barisic. Played by Welsh. Comes back to Barisic. Taken on by Glenn Kamara. Simpson. And aside from that booking, hasn't really put a foot wrong so far today in his Old Firm debut. Davis stands the ball up towards Kent. Kenny gets there first, but it's going to drop now for Morelos. Barisic puts a cross in from deep. He's aiming for his opposite fullback Tavernier at the back post. Comes now for Aribo. Tavernier stays forward. Davis. Aribo. Right over on the far side. Aribo plays it back to Goldson, who's situated on the halfway line. Simpson now. Short ball to Barisic. Tipped over the 45-minute mark now. And we're not going to have any added time at all. And it brings an end to what's been a really exciting half of football, particularly since Kim Aroof put Rangers in front on 26 minutes. He got down low and diverted a Ryan Kent shot into the back of the net. Callum McGregor was sent off in the aftermath for a second yellow card. Then Otton Edouard got the equaliser 4 minutes after, heading home a Christopher Ayer header in the box following a corner. But Alfredo Morelos with a left foot
Palmer Michaels made half time. Rangers Celtic 2-1. Rangers 2. 15-minute interval. Well done to both teams, to be honest. I think they've both done amazingly great. So 58 attacks with 48, dangerous attacks 29, 20, possession 44, 54, 56. Hope you guys enjoy the commentary. Game will be starting in 13 more minutes. You can put your predictions in the comments below who do you think is going to win anyway. I'm sure the fans are quite mixed, it's not really one-sided, but you know what I mean. Rangers 2, Celtic 1, the half time. Just see my phone. Obviously, I probably have to take my webcam off because it kind of lags the stream once the commentary starts. That's crazy. Do you have streams as well? It's Rangers 2, Celtic 1 on the half time. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the commentary. The second half will be coming shortly. Thank you. You do not want to miss it. McGregor looks like he got sent off anyway, and Ruth and Morals for Rangers, and McGregor with the goal, and the assist was major, so you never know where the game's going to go at the end of the day. Yes, Rangers with the most possession, Celtic only 49%. Shots, Celtic 7, Rangers 11, shots on target 5-3, corners 2-7. Talking about Rangers, Celtic here, fouls 5-8. In this classical event with Rangers vs Celtic. And the lineups for Rangers: McGregor, Trevormore, Goldson, Simpson, Barisic, Kamara, Davis, Arabo, Kent, Ruth, Morals. Substitutes: Haggy, Defoe, Eaton, Wright, Stewart, McLaughlin and King. And Celtic lineup is Bain, Kenny, Walsh, Aja, Taylor, Brown, McGregor. Well, McGregor sent off, funny enough. Forrest, Humble, Elionis, can't pronounce that name properly anyway. Eduardo. Substitutes for Celtic, Barks, Ben, Griffiths, Ages, Sora, Christie, Johnson, Ralston, Lax, Alt. Referee Nick Walsh. So those are the lineups, and that is the referee. And let's see. Rangers are playing in a 4-3-1-2 position formation, and if you didn't know, Celtic are playing with a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-2-1 thingy, position. So it's 2-1 at the half time, Rangers v Celtic, and at the moment, like I said, Rangers have more possession, but just slightly, very slightly. Not much of a difference there in possession. So yeah, that's it. That is that. Okay, and let's have another look. What else was going on before we get back to the game? So 3-6 minutes left, whatever added on time. Well, they will be back in there very shortly to carry on with the rest of the game. More other games on as well. There's Premier League happening today. Premier League action: Newcastle and Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Sheffield. Those are kicking off later on in the day, starting from 2, Premier League, 2, 4:30 and 7:15. Scottish Premiership. The only game happening today is Rangers and Celtic, which is 2-1 at half time. Let's have a little look at the bring up the table for the Premiership table. Let's see how that goes. Okay, and up on the back. Okay, so the fixtures we'll go into here. Championship. Oh no, not championship. Premiership. So have a look at the table. Going to be starting exactly 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes in counting. So you got Rangers at the top there, 96 points clear. Celtic second. Everrain third and Aberdeen fourth. And Johnston fifth. Who's in relegation? Hamilton, Appendermicko and Kilmarnock in there. Kilmarnock in the relegation there. Lucky for them, but yeah, it does look promising, doesn't it, for Rangers at the top of the league. Plus, looks like they could be taking this game, but you never know the way the game's going to go. But they are leading 2-1, and Celtic are just behind there. They scored earlier on, but I mean, Rangers just out of nowhere, 2 goals, so that's amazing. Just shows what a great team they are. Both good teams, but yeah, of course. Let's grab my phone and have a look. And back again. Keep saying literally 2 minutes. Stay tuned. Stay right where you are. If you do have the ability to subscribe, go ahead. As you can see, I'm kind of new at YouTube, so yeah, that would be most grateful for me. But yeah, if you're just watching like just on the without YouTube, I don't know what people just look on the webpage. So yeah, if you can, that's fine, that's good. If not, then that's no problem. Game starting in literally 2 minutes. I'll probably have to take my cam off because then if I don't, my whole PC will kind of lag out. I haven't got the best of computers, so I'm just kind of using what I've got at the moment. I just got to kind of deal with it. Yeah, let's see where the game's gone, if it's got on the way or not. Let me go back. It's still coming up as half time, so give it a minute or so and it should be back on. Players are just getting ready now anyway. Getting out there onto the pitch. And sit back and enjoy those commentary, so just gonna have to see how long we've got now left. I'm sure it's a minute or two. And it's half time still. Right. That's fine anyway. I'll just run you guys through one more time what's happening. Then get the commentary on the way. It starts at 1. Game started at 12:45, 15-minute interval. And then you've got whatever extra time. But that doesn't really matter anyway because it's 15 minutes what players get to relax, get ready. Next half of the game. Okay. The game should be getting on the way. Anyway, let's have a look at statistics before we start the game. Attacks 58, 57, 48. On different pages it says differently. So yeah, I'm gonna just say it's pretty much even anyway. Within possession, I mean, that's really say 51, 49, 51. So Rangers has more possession. Celtic kind of almost there, but yeah, doing good anyway. And should be now less than a minute and the game will be starting. Players just get ready on the pitch, doing their little warm up, you know. Okie dokie, so let's see now how have we got to. Okay, so I'm just going to be giving all a clear head that it will be starting in less than a minute's time. Second half, hope you guys enjoy the match. Less than a minute left. Okay, that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's get this on the way.
And then nodded in by Otton Edouard, but 3 minutes later Alfredo Morelos nutmegged Scott Brown right side of the box and then smashed it home left footed. Rangers 2, Celtic 1. Half time it's Rangers 2, Celtic 1. Rangers took the lead on 26 minutes. Ryan Kent shot. Well, we'll just leave that there because we're off and underway for the second half of this independent off-tube studio commentary between Rangers and Celtic. It was an absolutely barnstorming first half. Rangers took the lead on 26 minutes thanks to Kemar Roof cleverly directing in a Ryan Kent shot into the back of the net. In the aftermath to that goal, Celtic was shown a red card. Callum McGregor with a second yellow card. The referee, Nick Walsh, very cleverly waved play on to allow Rangers to score that goal, and then he went to his pocket. But Celtic didn't give up, and 4 minutes later they were back on level terms. And it was Otton Edouard heading in from a corner kick after Christopher Ayer met Alfredo Morelos. Give credit really, I think, to Morelos really more than criticised being too much. The sides are the same as they were in that first half. So Rangers line up with Alan McGregor in goal. They're going from left to right, by the way, in their blue shirts, white shorts and black socks. McGregor in goal. Back four, Tavernier, Goldson, Simpson and Barisic. Aribo, Davis and Kamara are in midfield, with Roof, Morelos and Kent up front. Celtic have Bain in goal. The back four of Kenny, Welsh, Ayer and Taylor. Brown's on his own in midfield because of McGregor's red card, and then we've got Forrest, Turnbull and Elyounoussi in behind the long front man Edouard as Rangers look to capitalise on that man advantage. It's Aribo trying to drift in from the right infield, but that's good play from Elyounoussi to bring it forward, but that's the pitfall of having a man fewer on the field. Rangers have always got someone spare to help defend and to help win the ball back. On those occasions they don't have it. Here is Kamara now. Kamara toe-pokes it into the path of Morelos. Round the corner then for Roof. Celtic clear, but Rangers have the ball back in the centre circle with Goldson. Forward by Davis. Round by Roof, tries to pick out Morelos. Celtic get it back. Bain is forced to clear it quickly because Roof was chasing. 3.5 minutes into this second period. Don't forget there are plenty of other games coming up on this service today. Newcastle against Arsenal, that kicks off at 2 o'clock. Team news for that will be out by now. And then you've got Manchester United versus Liverpool at 4:30. And at 7:15, Tottenham take on Sheffield United. The first of a quartet of games today. And if any of the others are exciting as this, it's going to be a great day for the neutral. Not so much if you're on the green half of Glasgow. A perfect day if you're on the blue half. Rangers, after this, have just 2 more games to complete an unbeaten league season. This is obviously the hardest of the 3 games they've got left. Here is Davis now. Davis is looking to pick out Aribo. He dummies it for Tavernier. Tavernier puts the ball into the box. It's headed away by Welsh, only as far as Davis. Resists the chance to shoot. Instead plays it across to the left where Barisic looks to cross it in. It's headed away at source and it's out for a throw-in. Around about 25 yards out on the far side. Barisic, no messing about from him. He throws it straight back into play. Rangers now roll it along their back line with Simpson to Goldson. Now to Vernier. Space to operate in. Aribo. Back to Goldson. Forward to Kamara. Cost us £50,000, Glenn Kamara from Dundee. Steven Gerrard described it at the time as an absolute steal. It's been proven correct as well. Kent rolls it back to Davis. Wallace and Roof nearly getting each other's way, but Rangers still have it. Here is Barisic. Looks to get the cross in. It's headed away at the near post. This is a bit of a siege at the moment from Rangers. They've started the second half the much stronger of the 2 sides. Aribo gets towards the byline. He's got Kenny in support, looking to try and challenge him. Cross comes in, it's headed away, but again, same old story. Rangers come away with the ball. Davis running through the middle now. Clever drop of the shoulder into the path of Morelos, but he's offside and he looks a comfortable 2-3 yards offside when that ball was played. Just a slight delay from Stephen Davis to receive the ball on the half turn. Just a slight drop of the shoulder allowed him to run forward. Looking at the replay, it's a simple decision for the linesman on this near side to see that Morelos had gone a little bit too early. Here is Welsh now. Cross to Kenny, just over the halfway line. Back to Stephen Welsh. Now Brown. All set to be a really disappointing Old Firm swan song for Scott Brown. Moving to Aberdeen in the summer in a player coach role. He'll be looking to utilise both his experience and his willingness to become a coach when he makes the move north to Pittodrie. Such a difficult task for John Kennedy this, to try and get the better of Rangers when they've had such a phenomenal season. They've got the extra man advantage. But it has to be done somehow. Kennedy needs to find a way. Celtic fans won't accept defeat to Rangers in any circumstance. Goldson now for the home side. Tavernier, he's got Kent in support, plays it forward to Aribo. Aribo back now for Kent on this near side. Kent, oh, that's a great piece of skill to take it away from Taylor and then dinks across in and it's headed over. So dangerous, Ryan Kent. Made that look so easy to get away from Greg Taylor. It was headed over by Kemar Roof. Morelos tried to get there as well. A fine example of what Ryan Kent can do. And you do wonder whether Rangers will be able to keep hold of him in the summer. There's bound to be interest. There was interest from Leeds last summer. And I'm sure that other Premier League clubs, he is an Englishman after all, Ryan Kent. I wonder if he might fancy testing himself south of the border. He was very unfortunate, really, that Liverpool just had an absolute potpourri of talent. It meant that Kent was never likely to get first-team opportunities, but had he been around in the side kind of pre-Jurgen Klopp or in Jurgen Klopp's early era, he might have had more of a go of things. But he's made a home for himself at Rangers after loan spells with Barnsley and Bristol City and Freiburg in Germany. Here's Tavernier. Roof delivers one forward, looking for Morelos. He gets there ahead of Ayer. Morelos looks to square it. He tried to pick out Kent at the back post. He played a low ball, but Welsh got there just in time. And now Celtic can come forward. It's Elyounoussi moving through the middle. Gets away from Aribo. Still going, Elyounoussi. Davis trying to make the challenge. Good piece of skill. Edouard shoots. Blocked at source there by Goldson. Best piece of play in the second half by Celtic. And it's not over yet. Kenny. Here is Forrest up against Simpson. Forrest on the outside. He gets the cross in and it's nodded wide. Big chance that for David Turnbull. Lovely work from Forrest out wide. Away from Simpson, and Turnbull dived in. He got in between the two Rangers defenders. He was looking for that far corner, looking for the opportunistic glancing header. He just didn't get enough power on it. Didn't get enough direction. And the chance is gone for Celtic. Rangers 2, Celtic 1 at the start of the second half. It's been just as lively as how the first half ended. Rangers had a decent opportunity when Ryan Kent showcased some wonderful work yet again out wide. His skill absolutely bamboozled Greg Taylor before he floated across in towards the back post. Kemar Roof headed it wide. I think Alfredo Morelos may have just got in his way, but Celtic, for the first time in this second period, just a couple of moments ago, came forward, and David Turnbull had a great chance to get them back on level terms. It was a cross that came in from Forrest. He got in between two Rangers defenders, went for the glancing header, but just didn't get enough on it, and it went well wide. It's Rangers 2, Celtic 1. As I was speaking then, Celtic won themselves a free kick. Steven Gerrard looks on. I wonder what his future holds as well. Mentioning the futures of some of the Rangers players. It's written in the stars, I think, that he's going to go back to Liverpool one day, manage his boyhood club that he had such a mesmeric career with. Rangers coming forward. Kent now. Cross to Roof. Cruyff turn.
3-1 Rangers, 3 Celtic 1.
One touch. Barisic crosses and the header comes in from deep, and Rangers do have a third goal, and it's Kemar Roof with his second. What a well-worked goal that was. Roof initially with the turn on the edge of the box. He played it to Barisic. He delayed his run. He steamed in late. No one picked him up in a green and white shirt, and there was Kemar Roof to head past a helpless Scott Bain to make it 3-1. Rangers now have a cushion. They're 3-1 up, and it's Kemar Roof with his second of the afternoon. Started by him on the edge of the box. It was a clever Cruyff turn to get away from Scott Brown. He played it across to Borna Barisic. He took one touch, played a perfect cross into the area. Roof delayed his run. He ran in late. No Celtic defender picked him up, and he headed it past Scott Bain to make it Rangers 3, Celtic 1. Scenes of joy on the Rangers bench. Gerrard celebrating that with the same passion as if it was the title-winning goal. Remember, Rangers didn't actually have to play to win the title. It was down to Celtic and their inability to defeat Dundee United. That's what won Rangers the title ultimately. Kemal Roof, after playing one season for Anderlecht in the Belgian League, was brought back to the British Isles. He played previously for Leeds and Oxford United, came through the academy ranks at West Bromwich Albion. Another really smart piece of scouting by Rangers. And now Celtic are going to make a couple of changes. Ryan Christie and Ismaila Soro are getting ready on the bench. It might be too late for them now to salvage something. Here's Davis. Through to Aribo in the centre circle. Kent. Ball out into touch. Or a throw into Celtic. Midway inside their own half. It looks as though Scott Brown's going to be withdrawn. He's just taken his captain's armband off. This will hurt him. That's the end of his time in the Old Firm. If there were fans in attendance, the away end would probably be in raptures right now, despite the scoreline. So Brown's coming off. Soro has replaced him in midfield just to give a bit more energy and a few more legs in there. And James Forrest has come off as well to be replaced by Ryan Christie. Different sort of player to Forrest. Christie is more of an attacking midfielder. He'll probably play on the right, but unlike Forrest, he's left-footed, so he'll be tempted to cut inside and go for shots at goal. Ball fizzed into Morelos' path now. He rolls it across for Borna Barisic. Remember, Kemal Roof is on a hat-trick now. You can't really say it's a perfect hat-trick either, because it's a header and a chest goal. It'll be a perfect in many ways hat-trick though, if he can get one. Kent to Vernier. No interest, it seems, from Rangers to be a bit more cautious and maybe sit on this 2-goal cushion. They're happy to continue attacking. Just giving the ball away though. Here is Kenny moving across the halfway line. He goes for an early ball into the middle. Comes off a Rebo. Celtic with the throw. Christopher Ayer took the armband when Brown departed. Here's Welsh. Now Kenny. To Welsh. Ayer. Several good runs through the middle during that first half, but he's been a bit more muted in this second half. Christie. First chance for him to get involved. Not a great first involvement either. He runs into trouble and Kemp plays it forward. And here is Morelos. Has he kept himself onside? He's still going. Morelos shoots. Spilled by Bain. Is it going to come back to the Colombian? No, it's not. Ayer clears it behind and Rangers will get themselves a corner, and a yellow card has been shown to Elyounoussi. It wasn't Christie, it was Elyounoussi who ran into traffic. Kent's ball to Morelos. Didn't feel as though he could run directly into the box. He had to slow down and take a touch. He's not the quickest of forwards, Alfredo Morelos. It's just shown there. Corner's taken short. Swung back in by Barisic. The whistle goes against Goldson. Celtic have a free kick. And they need to try and do something quickly here. There are 27 more minutes to go, but they've been completely outplayed in this second half. And that's a bit of a worry as well, as Ayer went and challenged Goldson for that free kick. He's landed awkwardly and he's hobbling now. have to watch his progress. Kamara, Roof. Davis. No British player has ever won more international caps than Stephen Davis. Achieved that feat back in the March international break. Forward now to Tavernier. His ball is deflected off Greg Taylor. It will be a Rangers corner. Just a bit of confusion there between Tavernier and the linesman. Not really sure what all that was about, but the corner is ready to be struck. He's got Kent right next to him, but I think Tavernier is going to swing this in. Such a pacey whip delivery. It comes out to the edge of the area for Kamara. Here is Morelos. Side-footed back towards goal. And then the follow-up shot comes in. It deflects for another corner kick. It's a Rebo this time that has the effort. Kent's side footer was blocked at source. It then came to a Rebo. The corner's a pretty good outcome considering that he didn't really strike it too well. Chance is still on for Rangers, but this corner is dealt with better this time. Kent now. Here is Tavernier. Low ball in. And it can be gathered by Bain. No temptation yet from Steven Gerrard to
I'll be back
look
in
to his
just 2
substitutes
minutes.
bench. Tavernier takes it away from Christie. McGregor will just clear it out for a throw. Came after a good touch from Edouard, who, despite his goal, has been quiet so far. Beyond that, he's rarely managed to get anything done. Here comes Kent now. Gets away from the challenge of Sorrow. Rolls it across for Morelos. Morelos plays it in. It takes a nick off Christopher Ayer. It comes back to Morelos. It will go out for a Rangers throw, but they're still looking good on the counter-attack. Welsh. Here's Kenny. High ball over the top. Galton heads it away from the path of Edouard. Back now for Connor Goldson. Rebo. Now Roof. Tavernier. Through to Morelos. Celtic win it back. Chance now for Kenny to come forward. There is Welsh. Over on that far side. Welsh, can he find the ball in field? He's looking for Edouard. And Edouard will get it back. And he can drive forward now, Odsonne Edouard. Edouard shoots. And it just trickles past that far post. Well, that came from very little at all. Just took it away from Simpson, who couldn't get his feet sorted in time. Goldson came across, did enough to put him off. It's gone behind for a corner kick, so danger not over yet.
Just gone wide.
Turnbull to take. No way that ball is in the quadrant, but he's allowed to take it nonetheless. Headed behind. Away for another corner. Turnbull, short corner this time. Grabbed by Alan McGregor. Rangers 3, Celtic 1, midway through the second half, and Rangers are looking quite comfortable now, it seems, not creating a boatload of chances, but they're really taking advantage of the fact that they have an extra man on the field, dominating possession. Celtic have had one decent opportunity. It came when the ball was along the Rangers backline. Edouard managed to take it off Jack Simpson. He advanced into the box, but Connor Goldson was coming across, did just enough to put him off his stride. The chance went wide. The corner that came in came to absolutely nothing. It's Rangers 3, Celtic 1. Rangers, as I was speaking, played one into the area. Another threatening delivery by James Tavernier. Another player might be threatened, or Rangers might feel threatened by a potential transfer bid. Came through the ranks at Newcastle United. Never quite worked out for him there. He's brought to Rangers from Wigan. Rangers need to be careful not to be too sloppy in possession at the back. They nearly gave it away again. They're able to clear, but Celtic now with a chance to break forward. Here is Welsh now in the centre circle. Sorrow. Ayer. Taylor to put the ball in from deep. Goldson stretches and he's able to just play that ball onto Aribo. Aribo forward to Kent. Got Roof ahead of him. Morelos is on this near side, but Kent's running over to the other flank instead because he knows Barisic is making the run. Kamara makes the run ahead of Barisic now. Just forced to turn. Still holds onto the ball, Glenn Kamara. Feeds it back to Davis. Davis crosses it in. That was way too much on it. I think he was expecting someone to maybe make a gamble at that far post. They didn't. And it all comes to nothing. 18 minutes to go. Davis not happy about his teammates' lack of movement ahead of him. Celtic launch it forward, but Goldson gets the better of Edouard, and not for the first time in the game. Celtic are about to bring on, by the looks of things, Mikey Johnston, who's getting warmed up, and he's another player who's had an injury-hit season. Free kick now for Celtic. Elianusi brought down by Davis. Smiles between the pair. Turnbull to send this ball in. Too close to McGregor. He comes out and gets some good distance on the punch. Kent forward. Not the best clearance, but Rangers win a free kick in the process. They'll take that. Kent looks as though he was felled as he went to swing his left foot to clear it. It's Turnbull coming behind him. A bit of a shove to the floor. It's quite soft, but it's needless from the Celtic number 14 on his opposite number 14. Well, Johnston is about to come on now. It will be Edouard to come off. Been talking extensively about Rangers players who might be linked with moves away. I'd almost be surprised if Edouard stays at Celtic another season. Does seem destined for bigger things. He's not had his best game today, but he's showcased at this level that he is a very, very good centre forward, and there have been clubs interested in his services. Sorrow. Played forward now. Here is Taylor with the cross. It comes off to Vernier. Celtic, 75 minutes gone, a 3-1 down at Rangers and down to 10 men. Callum McGregor receiving his marching orders in the aftermath of the opening goal scored by Kemar Roof. Doesn't work out from the throw-in, which Taylor takes. Hammered back towards him, he couldn't keep it in play, and that sums things up from Celtic's point of view. As Rangers are about to make a substitution, Scott Wright, who joined in January from Aberdeen, who scored his first goal for the club a couple of weeks ago. And Steven Gerrard says he's adjusting to life at Ibrox. He's about to come onto the field of play. Goldson swung across now to Barisic. Barisic down the line. Not too much on that. And goes behind for a goal kick. Barisic has gone down, which is a bit of a worrying sign. Not whether he's maybe pulled something when playing that ball. Does look to be in a bit of pain, Borna Barisic. It was one of those where he went down on his own. It's never a good sign when that happens. Well, they're indicating that a change is going to have to be made, so Stretcher could have to come on as well. Don't really have many defensive options on the bench. Got the youngster Leon King there. As I mentioned, they've suffered with injury problems this season. Calvin Bassey, who's been the second choice left back, has been injured recently, and he's one of the 5 Rangers players that were caught at a house party recently, and they were given warnings by the club. Gerrard just utilising this break in play to have words with his players. So the Stretcher goes over to the stricken Barisic. Well, he's back on his feet now, but he's not going to be able to continue. If the Rangers physios have their way, they indicated a change needed to be made straight off. So I wonder if this affects the Scott Wright change. Barisic is just resting himself against the advertising hoardings. He can barely walk as well. The Stretcher may as well be utilised to try and not harm the injury any further. Well, Wright is on. And it is Barisic who's replaced. I don't think that was the initial plan, but that's what's going to happen. Here is Taylor. Back to Christie. Barely been involved since coming onto the field. Welsh now. Sorrow. Ayer. Ayer breaking forward. Still he goes. Christopher Ayer. This is a great run. And his shot goes well wide. He just couldn't keep his balance in time to keep it on target. But he was simply unable to be stopped. Wright, Goldson and Simpson all went in with challenges. None of them got the ball. Here is Roof. Ball played over towards Wright. Here's Kent now. Kent forward to Roof. Back to Kent. Clever 1-2, but it only results in a comfortable stop. Just a left foot flick from Kemar Roof, but Ryan Kent's shot easily stopped. Rangers 3, Celtic 1, as we drift towards full time, and it looks as though it's going to be another day for Rangers. Celtic are huffing and puffing. Otten Edouard had an opportunity a few moments ago, as did Christopher Ayer. Another great run through the midfield, but his shot went well wide of the target. Just couldn't quite keep his balance in time. Ryan Kent and Kemar Roof linked up with a really nice 1-2, which saw Kent have a strike at goal, but it was quite easily saved by Scott Bain. The only downside for Rangers this afternoon is the fact that Borna Barisic has had to go off injured. He's been replaced by Scott Wright, while Odsonne Edouard has been replaced by Mikey Johnston for Celtic. Rangers 3, Celtic 1. Yanis Hadji is about to come on for Rangers as they look to try and take some of the sting out of the game. Make it a more difficult prospect for Celtic to come back and get something from. Kenny swings the ball in towards the back post, and it's headed into the ground by Turnbull and sent wide. A missed interception from Tavernier allowed Elyounoussi, not Turnbull, to get to the back post. And it's almost as if he didn't expect the ball to come his way. Just gets contact to it, but heads it into the ground, wide of the target. And another big chance has gone for Celtic. Tavernier. Ball forward and brilliantly held on to by Morelos. Here he is again. This time though, his touch lets him down. Sorrow takes it off him. Ayer. Now Welsh. Back to Christopher Ayer. Sorrow. Celtic have had more of the ball in the last 10 minutes than they had done for the rest of the second half, but it's still not proven to be enough. Simpson with a good interception. Kenny tries to link up there. And I think Elyounoussi couldn't do so. Morelos has now gone to the ground. Still awaiting Yanis Hadji's arrival. It might be for this man, Morelos. Become a much more rounded player under Steven Gerrard. He's less of a ticking time bomb these days. You always got the sense that he was just one moment of madness away from a red card, but he appears to have grown out of that. Two Rangers physios have helped him up to his feet. I think it will be Morelos that's withdrawn. Well, he scored what will prove to be the winner if nothing changes. It's a round of applause from the man who's going to replace him, Yanis Hadji. Pats on the back from all concerned on the Rangers bench. They just need to hold on now for another 6 minutes, plus however much added time is allotted. Presumably there will be a few minutes because of the injuries we've seen. 55 times champions of Scotland. And now are they going to be on their way to an unbeaten season? It would be sensational for them to achieve. Only a few years after Celtic did it under Brendan Rodgers. They face a trip to Livingston in 10 days' time. And then at home to Aberdeen on May the 15th when it could all be sewn up. 100 points is the aim for them. They're on 96, they could get to 102. Celtic way adrift as it stands on 73. Hibs and Aberdeen fighting it out for third place. Camera on my studio pictures is just panned to Scott Brown. Wonder what's going through his mind right now. He's won everything pretty much there is to win for Celtic, so he can't be too tinged with disappointment, you feel. Rangers about to make another change. Kemar Roof denied the chance of a hat-trick. He's coming off and Jermaine Defoe will replace him. Still going strong, 38 years old now. He's 39 in October. Not sure if he's contracted at Rangers for another season, but if he's not, you'd be a little bit surprised if they handed him a new deal. He's on now and he'll try and use his goal-scoring instincts to make this win more emphatic for Rangers. Ball given away by Kenny. Taken forward by Kamara. Just runs it a bit too far. Goes out of play for a throw. Been a difficult afternoon for the Celtic fullbacks. Taylor and Kenny. Kenny is an Everton player, but you doubt whether he's got a long-term future there, given that Carlo Ancelotti allowed him to leave the club on loan. Sorrow now. Ball into the path of Taylor, had a bit too much on it. Wright was able to get across and make the challenge. I think Simpson has gone to left back and looks as though Wright might be playing as a right back with Tavernier in the middle. And then up front it still looks as though it's Kent playing just in behind. Now it looks like a front two of Hadji and Defoe. Taylor. Now Ayer. Attempted a crossfield ball. He's headed behind. Actually, it's a Rebo that's gone to left back. Chance now for Celtic to come forward, maybe get a second. Decent block from Simpson. The attempted pullback only finds Stephen Davis. Rangers can break forward. 2 minutes of the 90 to go. Run it into traffic. Ryan Kent giving the ball away. Johnston drills it to the edge of the box. Simpson gets a touch. Tavernier sweeps it forward, looking for Defoe. Not quite blessed with the same speed as he was in his earlier playing days. down the channel. Celtic are not giving this up, and why would they? Taylor. There is Ayer on the overlap. Ayer plays it to the edge of the box. It's going to come back to the Norwegian. Wants to take it around to Vernier. He is a strong runner, as we've seen on several occasions today. Taylor going. Here's Johnston. Johnston looks to bring it onto his right foot, but there's 3 Rangers players around him. And the decision has actually gone Rangers' way. They've won themselves a free kick. Johnston looking frustrated. Only so much John Kennedy can do as we're about to tick over the 90-minute mark. Here is Hadji. Back into midfield for Kamara. Strong play from him, and that's a delightful through ball. Chance now for Jermaine Defoe, and he sends it wide. Well, you'd have put money on him scoring that one. That's a great pass from Kamara. Maybe Defoe just ran a bit too early. It's a very tight one. I think he may have just been offside. That's probably why he didn't strike it with too much conviction. Because of that, we didn't see the 4th official's board on the touchline. Here's Kent. Rangers still going. Aribo on the cover. Celtic come away with it now. Just 3 minutes added on. We've already played a minute of that.
4-1. Rangers v Celtic. Rangers
towards
obviously
goal.
got
Gets
the
it
in
on his
bag.
right foot. Takes it on his left. Defoe goes for goal. And he's really put the icing on the cake. Jermaine Defoe twisting and turning in the box. Celtic left floundering at the back. Steven Gerrard, a warm smile on his face. He applauds Jermaine Defoe, a popular goal scorer, and Rangers now have number 4. In added time, Rangers have added the gloss to this scoreline. It's a mistake at the back for Celtic. It's played forward to Yanis Hardy, who lays it off to the substitute Jermaine Defoe. He twists and turns around Stephen Welsh, and then it's a really calm left-footed finish, rolled past Scott Bain to make it Rangers 4, Celtic 1. Lovely goal from Jermaine Defoe. Probably the best natural finisher at the club. He's been one of the best natural finishers in English football down the years. He's maybe not made the most of his talents throughout his career, but he's still had a very good career. No one can take that away from him. Three years ago, Celtic were beating Rangers 5-0 and 4-0 routinely. Remember the Scottish Cup semi-final where Celtic beat Rangers by 4-0. The gap was huge. And I don't think the gap maybe is quite as big this time, but it's still sizable, and notably in the opposite direction. Simpson pushed to the ground. It will be a free kick for Rangers, but it won't be taken because Rangers have completed the job. The referee has blown for full time, and Rangers have blown Celtic away by 4-1. 2 goals for Kemar Roof, 1 for